Right, it's Tuesday, February 13th, just following up on the SPY, a couple hours into trading. You can see here after moving lower out of the gates, I discussed how I bought some puts aggressively here. I scaled out to set up a no-risk trade. And then once it made a very big green bar here and got to, through the midpoint of the first bar, I had to exit that trade. It ended up being a very small gain. You can see here, again, I bought those 4.99 puts. It's 5.21. I scaled out at 6. I described why I do that, it's a conservative way for me to manage risk. And then when you get that big move back the other way, even though it's unexpected, I was able to exit at 487. So overall, a small gain on that trade. And now I continue to watch. We're in a little bit of conflict in the sense that the intraday structure is to the upside, but we're still below the midpoint of the prior day. So I don't want to get too excited about, getting long here, other than, we could have a little bit of a push up in the morning. But until we roll over here at this point now and then kind of maybe pause and start attacking these lows, I can't, really look on the sell side at the moment, and yet I kind of know we just might be taking out liquidity up here before moving lower. So I'm still monitoring for kind of maybe another, push lower, but I want to see it develop here on this, chart in some form. And that would, to me, would be like a 2 down red bar that kind of pauses in here. And then that would be the sell signal to attack those lows and continue with the scenario on the weekly chart that we're kind of working down by the end. We still have plenty of time to go to get to those lows and kind of take out, it kind of have a higher highs here and take out the lows on lower lows on a 3 bar that I discussed on the previous videos. But for now, at the moment, there's a little bit of conflict in play where the intraday structures to the upside, and yet I'm still biased to the downside. So we'll see what develops here. And that's kind of why, my methodology, so to speak, is, trade management is more important than really predicting this stuff and getting it perfect. I thought it was pretty high probability we were going to be heading down there, but I knew, we gapped down, and I knew we can come up and kind of take out some liquidity on the upside before rolling over to the downside. So for today's trading, it's just kind of a small gain here if you handled it with the type of trade management I like to do by scaling out, and now you continue to watch it. But I still think, the bias is to the downside, even though we have intraday structure up. So we'll see what unfolds here, but I have to just watch price action now because you never know. We might end up with a hammer bar, and then that could follow through higher into this, gap that's formed tomorrow before rolling over. So day by day, it's just going to be something we have to monitor, not only the, the higher highs and or lower lows on the daily chart, but then what kind of intraday structure develops. So just thought I'd point that out. Again, I'm still biased to the downside, but for now, just got to be out and kind of watching closely.